What's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles. Listen to Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where you know I always keep it real. Now, y'all see me with the fresh cut. You mean with the curls? You already know it's popping, man. You already had to get the fresh. You had to get the freshie. Now, actually, after this video, I'm gonna head towards Maryland. About to go to a Q cookout. About to be out. But I had to get y'all a video in before I leave. And you seen the title. Should the Sixers trade for Donovan Mitchell? Now, reports have come out that the Utah Jazz, they're listening to offers about Donovan Mitchell. Now, in the past, they were like, oh, under no circumstance are we going to trade for Donovan Mitchell. And then, you know what? They're like, changed our mind. And we see where this is going. They want a rebuild. So there's one team that could benefit most. I mean, the Heat too, but in terms of the Sixers, they are one of the top three teams, I believe, that can benefit most from acquiring Donovan Mitchell. And if they got the opportunity to trade for Donovan Mitchell, you got to press play on that. If this is Daryl Morey listening right now, Elton Brand, the Sixers front office, you got to press play on this move. You got to think, when is there ever going to be a chance where a guy who's 25 years old, a budding superstar, is going to become available in the trade market? That doesn't happen too often. Usually, guys that have signed their max rookie deals, they play it out, right? Now, we see what the Jazz are doing. They basically don't want to be in mediocrity. They know if we have Donovan Mitchell, he's going to get us to the playoffs, and we're not going to get, top 10, top 5 pick, right? So they're trying to rebuild. They're trying to tank. I think they're actually trying to get Victor Wanyama next year. But this is perfect for the Sixers to pounce on this move. You got to think, if you trade Donovan Mitchell, you got him paired up with Embiid and Harden. And again, he's 25 years old. So once Harden retires or he fades away, he, is a shell of himself or just, is gone, you still have two cornerstones in Joel Embiid and Donovan Mitchell to carry you to the promised land. And I'll be completely honest, those two guys alone could probably win you a championship. Never mind James Harden running point. And just imagine imagine how much Donovan Mitchell's game would flourish under one of the best passers in the game in James Harden. And it makes Harden's game so much easier because he doesn't really have to force any shots. It's kind of like, he's going to end up being on one-on-ones. He's not going to get double teamed. And he's going to have to really, he don't even have to really do much for it. He's got to facilitate and get his shots when he needs to. But it's really going to be up to Embiid and Donovan Mitchell to carry like the scoring load, right? And look at this. I've always said this about Embiid. In the first 3 quarters, best player in the world. That fourth quarter, man, he might not be top 10. He gets very tired at the end of games. A guy like Donovan Mitchell is clutch. He's a killer. He's a dog. Embiid hasn't played with a dog in his career. Let's just be honest. I mean, aside from Tyrese Maxey, and we're going to talk about him shortly, but Embiid hasn't played with a dog that can, shot create in the clutch. And that's exactly what Donovan Mitchell does. This is the same guy that in the bubble was putting up 50 points consecutively. I mean, like, just like he was putting up 50 points like it was like a 20-point game. I mean, it was too easy for him. So this guy came into the league averaging 20 points. I think he's a top 5, 25 and under player right now. You got to think, it's Luka, Trae Young, you can have Ja in there, and then it's really Devin Booker and, I guess Tatum too, and Donovan Mitchell. But I could say that Donovan Mitchell is better than Devin Booker, but it's a debate, but I would personally say Donovan Mitchell, but it's pretty much a debate. They're on that same tier, bro, but he's one of the elite of the elites in his age group, and he's only going to get better. Again, Stephen A. said it the best. He is Dwayne Wade with a shot. But I mean, he is lights out amazing. Now, talk about trade packages. The Sixers, they would have to give up Tyrese Maxey. Now, I've gotten pushback. Tyrese Maxey? How could you give him up? Look at this, bro. Tyrese Maxey has the potential to be an all-star. Heck, I might even say a superstar. But when Tyrese Maxey becomes a superstar, if and when he does, that's going to be 5 to 6 years down the line. He's 21 years old. By the time he becomes a superstar, in my estimation, Joel Embiid will be past his prime. Then you'll think, you know what, we just wasted Joel Embiid's prime waiting for Tyrese Maxey to develop. Now, again, I'm not saying Tyrese Maxey isn't like that. Matter of fact, because he's in the trade, that's why I think he's like that. You know, you're going to have to give up somebody for Donovan Mitchell. You can't give up scrubs. You can't just give up Matisse Thybulle and Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is a good player. Matisse Thybulle is a good player, but you're going to have to give up a little bit more. A young player who's a go-getter, who's a dog in Tyrese Maxey, you're going to have to put him in that deal. So Donovan Mitchell makes us better, makes the Sixers better right now and for the future. Now, I could see why people could, push back on KD. I can see that because it's like KD, 34 years old. He has a history in the past 3 years of being injury prone. He's played only 90 games in the past, 3 seasons with the Nets. So I could see why people could be like, I still wouldn't take that risk. But with Donovan Mitchell, he isn't injury prone. He's already a budding superstar at 25 years old, and he's only going to get better. So with Joel Embiid at 28 years old, I think Joel Embiid, he will end up, I think his prime will be over, best case scenario, at 32, 33. Now, I really think 32. No, 33. His prime is going to be over at 32. I mean, I love the guy, but he has had an injury of being injury prone, right? He's had a past of being injury prone, and I think it will end up getting up to him, in his 30s. He won't be the same player he once was. So right now, it's a window of 2 to 3 years that you have to maximize Joel Embiid's prime. And yes, the Sixers currently constructed are, they're currently constructed a title contender. I'm not saying that they aren't, but if you add Donovan Mitchell, it drastically improves your title chances. And that's what you got to do in order to build a team around Joel Embiid and maximize his prime. I will go on record saying that if the Sixers do not get a chip with Joel Embiid, it will be a failure, an ultimate failure. This guy is too good to not win a championship. Guys like Bradley Beal, they're good players, but it's not no letdown if they don't win a championship. It's like, it's Bradley Beal. Same with Dame. It's like, it's not no letdown, I believe. But Joel Embiid is of that caliber, of that talent on both ends of the floor, that if you don't get a championship with him, it is a failure. You have failed as an organization. So Daryl Morey, make this move. Make this move. Obviously, if the Jazz are talking about some 4 first-round picks, if they're talking about, if they want a Rudy Gobert offer, like in terms of mortgaging your bench and your future, don't do it. But again, if it's I would do it for Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, and Tobias Harris. I wouldn't add no picks to that, but those 3, I would do that. So I love Tyrese Maxey, but Donovan Mitchell is a dog. People forget Donovan Mitchell has been that guy for the Jazz year in and year out since he came into this league. I mean, it's the same guy as a pup beat OKC Thunder with Russell Westbrook, who back then was a dog, was a bucket, and Paul George coming off being 3rd place in MVP voting, had an all-time great regular season for his standards. So let's not act like Donovan Mitchell ain't a dog and is going to continue to get better. And best believe if the Heat get Donovan Mitchell, it's pretty much wraps. It's pretty much wraps. Matter of fact, what I will say though, if they do have Donovan Mitchell, then that means they gotta trade away Bam. So we gonna see what happens. But this is the prime opportunity to go ahead, get a superstar, and maximize Joel Embiid's prime. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think the Sixers should trade for Donovan Mitchell? And if it comes down to trading for Tyrese Maxey, would you do it? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. Click that link below in the description to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that. It's going to be down below in the description. And with that being said, y'all, I'm out.